FoodLogic is a leading software as a service solutions provider to the food industry. We're able to understand exactly where that food came from, and so that we can then trace it all the way back to its origins, and we can help prevent food recalls and the magnitude of recalls in the future. Since its origins, FoodLogic's been funded by Clarkston Potomac Group. Clarkston is a portfolio of companies that we incubate new businesses, whether we start them or we may buy them and grow them up. At some point, these companies get to a scale where they really need independent funding. FoodLogic got to that point back in 2015, and we started to look for investors. And in this case for us, we did need a combination of financial investors as well as strategic investors. Doing this alone would have been impossible. So when FoodLogic thought about who we would partner with from a legal perspective to help close this deal, immediately Hutchison came to mind. So we called Fred and asked him to help us out. He immediately partnered us with Scott Bryant, who is an outstanding attorney who helped us through this entire process. From the very beginning, Hutchison responded immediately, and I really mean immediately. We called Fred in the morning, and by the afternoon, Scott was already in our offices on site. It started even with the operating agreements and making sure that those were appropriately drafted, as well as then making sure that the actual deal documents were properly in place. They were instrumental in understanding the market and what we could really expect from a valuation perspective, from a terms perspective. They really understood the particular details such that we then were able to go in with a very strong negotiating position because we knew what the market would bear. Over the course of 6 months, we ultimately had 5 separate closings with 6 different investors, 2 of which were strategics and 4 financial sponsors. I think everyone walked away from the transaction just thrilled. There was really nobody that didn't get what they needed. We set out to raise $16 million, and we were lucky enough to be oversubscribed. We actually ended up having to turn away several investors, as well as scale back investments from the investors we did end up taking on. It was a huge success for us. Hutchison knows the business. They know the market, they know the industry, they have the experience and the skills necessary to be able to be a great partner in this space.